Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today let's ask the question, what do you do when you're feeling low? Okay, so if you watched the live stream last Friday, you will know that my biggest app called Ear Agent on Android, which generated most of my passive income, was suspended by Google Play. In fact, it was just a week before where someone had mentioned in the comments that they had a similar spy-themed app which had 1 million downloads, which was rejected or which was suspended, right? And I said as a response, this is something that I feared for quite a while that might happen to me. Even though I try to follow all the guidelines and comply with everything, it's just the general creepiness of the app has always been there. And for the last 5.5 years, my dread was that I would get this, your app has been suspended email, and I got it last Wednesday. In fact, I got it just after I did the video on what we were doing for GDPR that day. So, after 5 years, I had this big fear that if I ever got that, it's gonna be a huge blow to the company, it's gonna be a huge blow all over. But it was always there in the crowd, in the shadows, like that could happen, right? And then I got it. So I got that email. So how did I respond? I wish I could tell you that I responded like, well, we saw this coming, we've been preparing, you know, we're just gonna have to work a little bit harder and push forward. But I didn't. I'm ashamed to say that my first response was to sulk, right? So I called in, so I went home, and I just said, I'm not coming back into the office today. I need to do some thinking. I need to think about the strategy going forward and everything like that, right? And I just went for a drive, right? So I just went missing for the day, right? And you know what I do when I'm really low? Like last Wednesday, or also like if we have like a really bad day with a client or something like that, or, you know, just things are like financially turbulent for the month for whatever reason, late payments, whatever, I look at the job pages, right? I look at JobServe, which is a website that I used to use when I was looking for contracts, you know, back in the day. There's probably better ones now, I don't even know, right? So I started looking for jobs, right? And so I started looking, oh, JavaScript developer in London, 400 to 500 a day, you know, West London. It's like, you know, I could do that. You know, it's like if you've ever been in a relationship and you think, you get mad at one little thing and you think, that's it, I'm leaving, right? And you start playing through in your head all the ramifications, like, no, that's not gonna work out. That's ridiculous, right? Once you start walking through it, the impulse. So my impulse is like, I'll just go find a job, right? And I have to bring myself back because I started thinking about it through it all. Say, hang on a second. We have like this team that took so long to build, right? We have Overpass, we have the branding, we have everything that we've been working on. And we still have all these other applications out there. We have all these clients. We have all these things that we've been building, right? And I one little hit, and I just completely like, oh man, I'll just go find a job, right, or whatever. This guaranteed income that comes in, right? So I started thinking about it. I started playing it through my head. First of all, like the team that, you know, that I'm in love with, that just, you know, they click, they gel together. It took a long time to put them together. You know, what are they going to do? Just go disband and just go join other companies? No way, over my dead body, right? Second, our clients need us, right? I'm not going to call up our clients and say, hey, I'm sorry, I decided to take on this job. I'm not going to be available anymore, right? So, you know, because there's a reason they continue to work with us. It's because, you know, I can imagine them going to another company and going to another developer and have somebody say to them, ooh, I don't know, that's going to be very difficult, Dave or whatever, right? I'm not going to let that happen. And second, you know, the idea of just going into like an office, like taking on a contract, going in there every day, getting on the train, going into London, going into on the first day and having them say, hey, thanks for joining us. It's Eric, is it? Yes. Okay. So here's your desk over here. I'm afraid the chair's a little bit broken because the last guy had some back problems, and when he left, everyone took his chair and everything like that. And the computer's really slow, but you know, just try to carry on with the code, right? We'll have a meeting today at 10 o'clock. If you have a lunch, try not to take longer than 45 minutes because, you know, it just looks bad. If you leave before 6, please let us know, right? I definitely don't want to go back to that life again, right? So I started thinking about, there's like loads of benefits, there's loads of things going for us, but it's just in those moments where you get hit with something or you just feel low, I look at the job pages. I don't know what you guys do, right? But it's nice to know that it's still there. That's a life that I would never plan on going back to, but if I had to, I would, right? If, you know, like I said, I would sweep elephant cages for my family if I had to, but by no means do we have to. The fact is that for the last couple of years, we've been building up our client base. We've been doing more client work. We're building up our apps too. So the non-Ear Agent app revenue is still significant, although it's not, you know, it's not great. It's not enough to live off of, but you know, we're still working on the portfolio and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I wish I could say that, you know, I stood my ground, but sometimes, you know, sometimes I get low. So my question to you is, what do you do when you've had a bad day? What do you look at? Do you look at, you know, I'm just gonna get out of IT altogether. Oh, by the way, also thinking, I'm just gonna leave the app stores. We're just gonna do PWAs from now on. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do progressive web apps. Screw the app stores, right? But really, we're still getting revenue from them, and that's still the way to go. I still think PWAs, while they're definitely a lot more attractive to me now, given the problems I've had with both the Apple App Store and Google Play over the past 3 weeks, right? I'm starting to look more into the PWA side, even though, you know, there's still the problems with monetization, still the problems with Safari, although those are getting better because they're bringing in web workers and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm starting to look into that a lot more. And then of course we got all the client stuff. So we got, you know, we got to make sure that we give them the best service that we can, in which we do. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.